Hey everyone, Ryan with 9-month college grad. In today's video, I want to talk about the pandemic and the recovery of the pandemic and how that has affected degree hacking and accelerated college degrees because college has changed a bit over the past year. So I want to discuss what has changed and how it's going to affect you if you want to earn a college degree in less time. Now, let's jump in with a quick story, and that is my daughter is in school. She's 7 years old. She's an elementary school student, okay? The pandemic hit, and what happened? All of her normal traditional school turned into Zoom school, okay? Like literally Zoom classes through the internet, and I feel terrible for her poor teacher who has the responsibility of teaching 37-year-old kids through a computer screen. It's been crazy and really hard for schools to adjust to. Now, my wife and I, after her first few weeks of the school year, we sat down and realized and talked about this. She hadn't learned anything. She'd done a few art projects and they weren't doing anything. They weren't learning anything. And it's not her teacher's fault, but how do you teach 37-year-old kids through a computer screen? We decided to pull her out of school and homeschool her for the year or until things get back to normal. And to our surprise, homeschool has been so much different than traditional school. My wife does about an hour a day of school with my daughter, and she has in less than one school year, she's finished 2 entire years of school in just an hour or two per day. And that shows you these one-on-one study sessions, you can learn a lot more, you can learn a lot faster. Now the same goes for college. Lots of colleges were just really churning through their normal schedules. And what happens? The pandemic hits, and it really has had a negative effect on a lot of colleges. Students have gone home. They're not living at school anymore, and they are basically trying to pursue their normal degrees through Zoom calls. Okay? Teachers are giving lectures through Zoom calls. Now, some colleges are catching up, and they're creating better versions of these online programs. So it's not just all Zoom meetings, but that is a lot of what it is. College has gotten harder for most of the country. Now, if you've heard me talk about degree hacking before, I discussed the importance of finding a competency-based school that allows you to test out of your classes with zero classroom time. Now, these types of universities, most of these schools, the best of these schools, have 100% online-based programs already before the pandemic hit. So what has happened to these programs? Absolutely nothing. The logistics of school for degree hacking and for testing out of classes, nothing has changed through the pandemic. Logistically. Now, there have been changes, there have been effects because of the pandemic that don't have to do with normal school logistics, and they are positive effects. The first thing I will say is that employers, online university 5 years ago and 10 years ago was not what it is today. Employers did not value online degrees the same as they valued classroom, in-person type degrees. That has completely changed in the last 5 years, but even more so since the pandemic hit. Because guess what? Every university in the country has had to come up with online versions of their college degree programs. Okay? Now, more than ever, employers do not care whether you graduated online or you sat in a classroom for 4 years, because every prestigious school now has an online version of each of their programs because of the pandemic. So when you test out of all your classes and you don't spend any time in a classroom and you've got your degree and it's from an online school and you go and apply for a job, your employer most likely does not care anymore that you didn't sit in a classroom. So getting the job is with a test out degree. And you got to remember, you can test out of classes at really highly rated prestigious schools, but showing your employer that you graduated online is not a bad thing anymore, and it has become a good thing because most jobs now have lots of computer and internet work for every single position, okay? Or most positions. It's important that we're familiar with the internet and how to work with computers. So when you show your degree to your employer and you say that you tested out of your classes and you went to school online, your employer is going to view that as a good thing in most cases. Now, one more thing I want to point out is that because of the pandemic and because of the internet shift, all colleges and universities are going to more aggressively work towards making their online programs better. So it's going to keep getting better and better and better. If you want to earn a college degree and you want to do it much, much faster than the traditional 4 years, if you'd like to earn a college degree in as little as 6 to 12 months, then it is the perfect time to start this degree hacking process. If you'd like to learn more about degree hacking, go to diplomasecrets.com, and for free, I will give you a step-by-step video training that's already been pre-recorded. It's not a show up on a Thursday night or whatever webinar or anything like that. It's been pre-recorded. You can watch it at your own leisure whenever you want, as much as you want. And best of all, there's nothing for sale at the end of the training. It's a step-by-step training that teaches you the degree hacking process, and it's absolutely free at diplomasecrets.com. I'm so glad to be helping people earn college degrees faster, and I hope that this process can benefit you, and I will talk to you soon and see you in the next video.